Hello there, John McLauchlan here. Welcome to another Facebook Live, another 7 p.m. Facebook Live here in the UK. Just want to say before I carry on that let's say thanks to all the people who's come on over the last few days, to the people that have given me the comments, the likes and the shares. Really appreciate you coming on and watching and learning as well. So it's great that you're taking advice, and it's great that you're learning and taking all the information, but it's also great that what I'm doing is having some benefit to people out there. So fantastic. Hi Simon, how you doing, mate? So I'm just going to wait just while people come on, because tonight what I want to do is talk about something that is really important and something that I haven't actually covered yet. And this I would normally have covered at the foundation stage, and I was thinking about I was thinking today about what I was going to talk about, and I thought, no, I haven't gone through this. And I've coached people. I've coached thousands of people, hundreds of people over the years. What I've done is, hang on, I think we're breaking up. Okay, I think we're back. Okay, so as far as coaching goes, I've coached. Are we back? I think we're back. Are we back down below? Hi mate. We've got a bit of a bad connection for some reason. I don't know why. Just says the connection's weak. I don't know. Maybe we've got some issues with the Wi-Fi. But that is technology, and that is the live experience. So you're getting everything today. So what I was saying before is that I just want to say a big thank you for everyone coming on, and everybody that's shared these videos and liked and sent me comments as well. Really appreciate it. It's great that you're learning from it, and it's great that I can sort of teach and be of value to you as well. Now today what I want to talk about is one of the most important things that I really should have covered. Hi Angela, how you doing? One of the things I should have covered on the foundation stage back on Monday, but I didn't actually do it. And it's over the years. I mean, personally, I've coached hundreds of different people, men, women, and children as well. And the most important thing you can do is work with the topic I'm going to talk about today. Now, whilst we're on, okay, we are now on the 1st of February. A month ago, it was the 1st of January. Now, did you make a New Year's resolution? Did you say that you were going to do something? Did you say you were going to lose weight? Okay, did you say you were going to start this great business? Okay, fantastic, excellent. Did you say you were going to do something and never followed it through? Did you start something and never finished it? Did you have great intentions, and then sometimes maybe within that sort of 2-week period between New Year's Day and 2 weeks afterwards, it kind of filters out to nothing? Okay, and that's what I want to talk about tonight. And it's all about why we do the things that we do as people, as business owners, certainly as online business owners, or certainly if you're making the transition between, hello Myra, nice to see you again. If you're making the transition between an employee to an entrepreneur, it can be very different, very difficult. And what I've seen over the years is a lot of people have inbuilt beliefs on what they think is possible. Now, I remember what I said on day one. I said about your end goal. Your end goal. What do you want to earn out this business? What's your lifestyle going to be like? Put some value on it and put some meaning behind it. And a lot of people struggle with that because a lot of people don't think they can do what they say they can do. They set limitations on themselves, and they really have a hard time in moving from where they are to where they want to be. And everyone struggles with this, and everyone has their own version of what they think they're capable of. And it all comes down to your own values and your beliefs. Now this in itself is a big subject. What I'm going to do tonight is touch on it. I'm going to give you a couple of techniques on how you can improve, and then we can come back and then we can work together at a later date. But in terms of your own values and beliefs, where do you get your values and beliefs from? From the age of 0 up to about 3 or 4. Your values and beliefs come from your parents, they come from your teachers, they come from your peers, and they continue up to, you know, through working life. And what we have is inbuilt programs based on our experiences, and those programs can be to do with weight problems. You know, someone that says, well, I'm just big boned, you know, I'm always going to be like this, or I'm always going to be behind with my bills, or, you know, the whole thing where people say, you know, do you think I'm made of money, where everyone gets the belief, the false belief, that money is how to come by. You know, all these programs that we've got, they're inbuilt, and it can either stop us from progressing. Just 1 minute, I've got a dog at my feet and he's just about to pull the microphone out. Good. Yeah. This is Angus, by the way. This is the dog I talk to. I thought I'll just show him, because go get in your bed. Because I'm always talking to him. You never see him. So your values and beliefs are either going to project you forward, or they're going to hold you back. And if you think about the progress that you've made either in your life or the progress that you've made. Thanks, Angela. Angela liked the look of Angus, by the way. If you take two people, okay, and this has happened to me in the past, where I've been at internet marketing events, and I've been in the business for a while, and you see somebody that comes in, and you see them a year later, and they're on stage. And they're talking about their story and how they've made, you know, hundreds of thousands, and last year they were just in the audience. And you think, how can somebody come into the business and just run with it? And you know, what's the difference? What's the difference between somebody succeeding and somebody that continually tries and fails? And it all comes down to your values and your beliefs and what we call programs. Everyone knows this. But it just needs to be kind of looked at. The programs that you're running in your head, the programs that you've got running in your subconscious mind, what are they? And it's only until you actually sit down and you look back and you find out certain patterns of behaviour that have happened with your business. Now, for other people, that can be getting to a certain stage and then you self-sabotage it. And you get into another stage and you self-sabotage. And that can be a belief system or a subconscious program that runs in your head. Now, I remember when I first, I'll give you a little story. When I first started in the police, you know, I was 20 years old. I was really naive. You know, I thought I knew everything and knew absolutely nothing, as most 20-year-olds do. And I remember going to this house, and I knocked on this guy had been burgled, and I had to go and see the guy and take the report and that sort of thing. So I knocked at the door, and this guy just shouted, "Come in!" And he was in a first floor flat, and I was with a tutor at the time. So as we opened the door, there was some steps up to the first floor flat, and on every step there was dog turds on every single step inside this guy's house. So we kind of, you know, squid around this dog mess, and we came up to his flat, and he just pointed at the window, and there you go, mate, that's the window, that's where they got in. And this guy he had a motorbike, and he was grinding the heads of his cylinder head, you know, when you grind the valves in his bed. He was doing that in his bed. And I said to him, what are you doing? He said, I'm grinding my valves in. The bike's not quite running right. And I said, are you in your bed? And he went, yeah, it's fine. And I remember we took the report, and I said to my tutor, I said, what the hell was all that about? You know, why has this guy got, you know, dogs running around, messing in the house? You know, and he said, look, that is their normal. That is what they consider to be normal, and that's fine for him. And you know, what you've got to do within your own business is consider what you think to be normal. You know, when I speak to people and I say, you know, what are your goals for this business? And a lot of people will say, well, really I want to replace my income. And you go, okay, that's fine. What about, instead of replacing your income, what about setting your goals a little bit higher and maybe thinking, you can earn 50, 60, 80, 100,000 this year. Oh no, I couldn't do that. And so already they've put something right in the way that their values, their programs, tell them they can't actually earn more than whatever they're earning. In the UK, a lot of my friends say, great, I'm earning 35,000 a year. They think it's fantastic. And that is considered to be a good wage, and it is a good wage for an employee. That's great. But then suddenly, if I said, right, okay, what about earning 30,000 a month? Then most people wouldn't do it. Most people wouldn't strive for it because they wouldn't think they're capable of. And this comes down to values and your beliefs. So, in doing this, what you want to be doing is sit down and think, what are the programs that you're running in your head? What are the programs that are going on? Hey Pat, nice to see you, mate. Now if you think back to people like Roger Bannister, people never thought that running the 4-minute mile was possible. And Roger Bannister, bless him, the eccentric doctor, I think he was a professor when he said no, 4-minute mile's possible, and he had a ham sandwich and off he went, and he ran the 4-minute mile. And then after he showed everybody they could do it, then everybody else did it. And before that, people didn't think it was possible, so they didn't actually strive to make it possible because they thought it wasn't possible at all. So yesterday I said that women make the best marketers. Okay, and I'll tell you one reason why. Women are very open and honest, and they are quite happy to discuss what's going on. They're quite happy to say, okay, I've got a problem here, how do I address it? And what blokes tend to do is they say, right, okay, what are my values and beliefs, and what are my shortcomings? And they go, none whatsoever, I'm perfect. And that's the whole man thing. And what you've got to do is think, okay, let's have a look and see where your values and where your beliefs are, where your programs are. What program are you running in your subconscious mind? Are you just out there, just kidding yourself? Because a lot of people out there just kidding themselves. They're out there, they think they're being busy, and all they're doing is they're doing the non-productive tasks. They're getting really busy doing Facebook, looking at emails, they're telling everybody they're really busy, they're putting out videos saying how great things are, and maybe you've got a program that does that. Maybe you've got a program that keeps you busy, but you're self-sabotaging your own business because that program is saying you can't do this. The program might be saying you're not good enough to do it. And I tell you what, there's a big thing with confidence. Now I've been involved in the confidence building side of things with many people, and you'll be surprised at how many people lack confidence, and there's nothing wrong with it. I've spoken to guys who've said, before, and one of the things I was involved with was teaching martial arts, teaching karate, and I was so surprised when grown men will come up to me and say, my confidence has gone through the roof, simply because of the way that the training has allowed me to not hide away in crowds, but to go out and to speak to people. And that was a real eye-opener for me, because I always thought that people pretty much were fairly confident. I'm fairly confident. I like to put myself across, but you'd be surprised at what people struggle with. And once you come to terms with it, and you say, one of the things about being a video marketer is people hate videos. A lot of people really hate videos. And for me personally, when Facebook Live came out, when YouTube Live came out, when Periscope started coming out with their live streams, I looked at that and I thought, look at that, I'm not doing blooming live streams, you know. As a filmmaker, I liked everything to be right. I like to do my piece to the camera. I like to put my intros on, my outros, my little lower thirds graphics, all that sort of thing, make it look professional. And I really wasn't a big fan of Facebook Live. And now, is that a limiting belief? Maybe personally I had a fear of, I don't know, you have a fear of the unknown sometimes. And, the way to come over that is just to go and do it. So in terms of, say, confidence building, what you want to be doing is if you identify that you've got an issue with confidence, lack of confidence, then go out and do things. Go out and do what they say, feel the fear and do it anyway. But go out and do things that just push your boundaries just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then as soon as you overcome that fear and you realise it wasn't really a fear at all, it was just your own programs thinking it was a fear, then you can move on and do something else. So in terms of confidence, one of the things that you'll be aware of maybe is the way that people are in the street. Start observing people in the street and find out what they're doing. What's their eyes doing? Do people look at you in the eye? Are they looking down as you go past? What are people doing? And if maybe you feel lacking in confidence, then look at someone in the eye and just hold the eye contact just long enough. And as soon as they look at you, just say, "Hi mate, hello, how are you?" Just make that little connection. And it's a really simple thing, but the thing that people don't like is conflict, and that's why people have a fear of a video, because as soon as you can look at the camera, I've got a camera there, but I think the lens is here somewhere, okay, so I'll look at the lens. Now let me do a little demonstration for you. So I'll be talking generally. Now if I get a little bit closer to the camera, okay, then that to a lot of people can be intimidating, okay. So if you've got a fear of cameras, then the big fear of cameras is when you actually turn the thing on and you think in your mind, because of the program that you're running, then there's millions of people watching you. So do things, just do it, think about the programs that you're running in your head. And think about, maybe you've got limiting beliefs. Maybe you're one of these people that just, comes into a business and then 6 months later you're doing fantastic. And that's great. That's fantastic. If everyone was like that, it would, this business would be fantastic. But everyone is different. And everyone's got limitations. Everyone's got insecurities. And everyone's got, issues with confidence and little insecurities. Okay. So do something every day that just pushes you a little bit further out of your comfort zone. And you know what they say about the whole comfort zone? The only way that you actually learn things and develop is when you move outside that comfort zone. Now it's uncomfortable, okay, it's not very nice, but when you've done it, man, there's a sense of achievement there. Okay, when I was, I don't know, maybe about, how old would I be? 7 or 8. I was 7 or 8 years old. And there's a friend of mine called Graham Evans. People watching this might even know him. And Graham was fearless, and his dad took us to the local swimming pool. And the first thing Graham did, he went to the top board, the diving board. So you got the little flexible board, and you got the middle board, and you got the top board right up here. And the first thing Graham did was he ran up the stairs and he jumped off the top board. And I thought, wow, I'm going to do that. So I started going up the stairs, and halfway up I thought, this is getting a bit high. And then when I got to the top of the board, I looked over and I thought, there's no way I'm going to jump off that board. And my own bloody mindedness, I suppose, said to me, well, I'm not going to go down the stairs. I'm definitely going to jump off, but I just didn't do it. And I was up there for 5 minutes and then 10 minutes. By the way, Graham was up and round and jumping off and up and down, jumping off, and I was still stood up there. He was trying his best to get me off. And 45 minutes later, everybody in the pool and all the spectators were encouraging me to jump off. And so I did. And I jumped off. I thought my face was going to come off, and I hit the water, and the feeling of elation was just amazing. And I got a big round of applause from all the people in the pool. And the first thing I did was get out of the pool and back up the stairs and jumped off again. And I kept doing it all the time until we were told to leave. Our time was up. And that's what it does. You face your fear and you go and do it. It gives you a real sense of achievement. And when you get that sense of achievement, when you get that sense of achievement, you're more inspired to go down the road of what else can I achieve? What else can I achieve? What else can I do? What else can I get done? You know? So when it comes to your online business, maybe for a lot of people is doing a Facebook Live. Okay? So here's the challenge. What I want you to do, I want you to think about what your own programs are. What programs are you running in your head? What are your limiting beliefs? What are your values and beliefs? You know, think about what they are, and then go and speak to your members of your family. You know, do you think I do this? Yes, you do that. Didn't realise before, but you do. So find out from your family the kind of beliefs that you do, the beliefs that you've got, and make a note of it. And then think about, okay, maybe I've got a challenge with this. Maybe I've got a challenge with something different. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to put myself outside of your comfort zone and just get something done. Okay, if it's a Facebook Live video, okay, maybe it's just doing any video, not just a Facebook Live video. Maybe it's just anything. Maybe it's doing your first blog post. Maybe it's putting your first products out there. You know, there were so many products I developed and didn't release because I thought they were rubbish. I thought, who's going to want to look at these? And then you get back in, you get back online, you look at the products that you didn't release and you go, they are really good products. Why didn't you release them? And again, values and beliefs in your head. So there's the challenge, okay, for today. Think about what your values and beliefs are. Think about what your limitations are. Think about what programs you're running in your subconscious mind. Because remember, we're not aware of them. Until I made you aware, you weren't, maybe never even thought about what your limiting beliefs are. What are limiting beliefs? Oh yeah, I go on a diet for 5 days and then binge for 2. You know, because there's this, I'm in conflict with what's going on. So think about what they are, write them down, and then set yourself a task. And then put in the comments, put what task it is, what task you're going to set yourself. And what I always find is that if you announce to people what you're going to be doing, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a blog post, everyone goes, great. Then you're kind of committed. You're hung by the tongue, you're committed, you've got to do it. Okay, and this is exactly why I'm doing Facebook Lives. Okay, not only do I understand the benefit of doing Facebook Lives, but I've got to do them because I told my list, my subscribers, I told them that I was going to do it. I know I did. I put it in the PS line. PS, I'm going to be doing Facebook Lives next week. Join me. And I went, go. And I went, oh, I've just told everyone, I've just told all these people that I'm doing Facebook Lives. And everyone started getting back to me saying, great, yeah, lovely. Can't wait. You're really good on video. I like your videos. So I thought, oh, well, that's it then. I've got to do it. And here we are, doing Facebook Lives. And that is all business is. That is what you need to do to develop a big business, to develop your own, a successful business. Is find out what the hell is holding you back, and work through it. Find out what your limiting beliefs are, because The only difference between the people earning the 7 and the 8 figures and the Ray Higdons of this world are what goes on between these two ears. That's really it. There's no magic to building a big business. There's no secrets, even though we say there's secrets and that sort of thing. That's what's marketing speak. But everything is there laid out. And if you want to go and build a massive business, then you can do it. You know, you can do it tomorrow. You know, why do you think we've got 21-year-olds, you know, building 7, 8-figure businesses? Why do you think that is? Okay, fantastic, Myra. I'll get back to you a bit later when I finish this. But fantastic, great stuff. And the reason that a lot of younger people are being really successful with businesses is because younger people haven't really maybe developed, that's not very good English, but who cares, haven't developed the belief system where it's you know, self-defeating. You know, if kids ran the world, I think it'd be a lot better place, but they don't. So that's that. I'm going to wrap up because we are 26 minutes in. We've got 4 minutes before Facebook kicks me off. So think about your limiting beliefs. Get a list. Find out what's holding you back. Set yourself a challenge that really gives you a little bit of butterflies in your belly. Yeah, and then announce it to somebody. Announce it to your list. Announce it to your group of your mastermind group or whoever it is, and say, look, tomorrow I'm going to be doing this. Watch it. All right, and then if you come on and you do 5 minutes, you've done it and you've beaten it. All right, and then you can move on and do more things, and you can move on and become successful with whatever you set your mind to, because it's all the same mindset. Okay, well, I'm going to leave you with that thought. If you like this video, then put a comment or like it or share it, and I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate your comments over the last few days. We're back here tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Once I've decided what I'm going to talk about, because I don't script these things. I just talk straight from the head, straight from the heart. Okay, so fantastic. That's it. I'm John McLauchlan, and we'll see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Bye for now.